we got to normalize this. So like, yeah, fellas, we got to get more active.
Yeah,
We got to get
and
more
be
active
more
with it.
supportive towards each other because it's enough for everybody.
Yes, it is.
That older lady, that elder lady for the youngins, help her. Why you feel like you can't help her? You're a man. Be a man in the community, not just in a house. Especially be a man in your house for sure, but be a man in the community as well. If you got the opportunity to help, help. Like it's not just about helping the homeless. It's about helping people. Period. Spread love.
The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, yes. Wanye Brown here with the Baltimore Homeless Project.
So what's going on, brother? For one, I just want to say, man, you woke up this morning, so you winning. That's
Yes,
one.
blessed.
And
Thank God.
two, man, for the people that don't know, like your early childhood, like how was that coming up?
Born and raised in West Baltimore. Was born in a two-parent household. Thankfully, my mom and my dad really was on my tail, make sure that I didn't follow the path that they once made for real, and they just wanted better for me. I come from not a real good area. I come from the Park Heights community for real, but it just made me who I am for real. From the characteristics that my parents instilled in me to my experiences when I walked outside the house, it just shaped me to become the man that I am today. And the environment, the hood that I come from, it just made me who I am today. It's either you was gonna become a solution to your community or a statistic in the community. So West Baltimore made me into who I am. So shout out to West Baltimore. Shout out to the three too. Yeah.
So like for the people that don't know Baltimore, right? I think like from the outside looking in, like when you're navigating through that area, like what is that people see?
It's different stories, honestly, bro. It's like everybody when you out here on the Baltimore streets, it's like everybody got their own stories. But it's like everybody sometimes be stuck in their ways, you know. It's like it's a lot of uptight people in the community. There's a lot of dangerous areas in the city per se, quote unquote, for real. It's just a lot of different energy. It's a lot of, like drugs. You got crime. You got homelessness. You got so much different things going on in the city. But it's like people become so numb to it quick, whereas though it's just become the new norm in Baltimore for real. Versus you're outsider coming in, you're gonna be like, what's this zoo going on? But it's like for Baltimore, it's just this is Baltimore. Like it's just another day in the city.
Mm.
So
So I guess like your upbringing, like like school life, things like that. Like, did you have any hobbies? As a
yeah,
kid.
coming up, man, my father, I went straight shot to Charles City Buccaneers. I was playing football since I was 4. Only reason why I stopped playing was because I had surgery on my left femur bone when I got in high school. I had an extra bone growing for real, and it was sticking out my leg, so I had to get it. I had to get my bone shaved down, and I was on crutches and all that, and I had to learn how to like really maneuver again. So I had just gave up football for real, but it fades. But yeah, though I play football. I love football. I still love football. Even when I went to West Virginia, I was playing intramural sports, intramural football for real, flag football when I was out there. So it's just I love football. That was like my biggest hobby for real. Coming up, playing Charm City, playing West Baltimore Ducks, playing Pikesville Wildcats, and we traveled. Went different places, and yeah, it was a good time, brother.
For sure. And I think, with sports, right? I think sports builds connection.
Yes.
You get to learn and work with other individuals as well. So
Yes.
like that transcends now, in the power of networking and things
Yes,
like
sir.
that and meeting new people and things like that. So as you're navigating and you're going through these things now, like were there things that you saw different, from, a child to like high school to college? Like were there some things that you saw different?
Yes. The challenges they got more serious. As you get older, you become in different environments and become in different situations, and it's how you navigate through it at this age that you in. At this, whether it's football to earn this position, whether like you have to. It's a different ball game. You have to outwork people. Whether it's school with your education, you're applying to like you're not versus you in middle school. You're applying to high schools. Like when I went to KIP, I was applying, trying to get into Poly. I was trying to get into Archbishop Curley, private school, Mount St. Joe, things like that. Now I'm in high school trying to apply to West Virginia, applying to Bowie, Lincoln, schools down south, things like that. So it's just the situations as you get older, you have to apply yourself different, whether it's on the field or off the field. You just have to look at your situation and apply yourself to the best as you can, to the best of your ability.
For sure, for sure. And as you pivot, right? Like, okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm done, K through 8. Now I'm,
Mm-hmm.
pivoting through high school, college, community, right? I think community is so important. So when did you feel like, okay, you had to do something to start your brand or just take that leap of faith? Like, when did
Uh,
you see the issue for real, for
I'm
real?
gonna say it was an eye opener since I was young. Like you asked the question about being exposed to Baltimore on the Baltimore streets for real. So it definitely was an eye opener seeing that Baltimore really like we have issues here, and volunteering with my middle school where do community initiatives around Park Heights community for real. I went to KIP, and that was in the Park Heights community at the time where do a lot of initiatives in the area that we came from. So when I went to college out West Virginia, and people kept talking to me about, me being from West Baltimore. They wanted to talk about all the negative and the things that was going on. It just kind of was like a full circle moment. It's like, I'm here for better. I'm here to further myself. I'm here to become a better man, not only for myself and my family, but for the community and represent Baltimore in a positive way and not in that negative way that a lot of people look at L City for real. So I just wanted to give back at that point. As soon as I kept hearing the negative, like as soon as I kept like, it was just so much like just negative, like on the outside, like that people really they like it, they glorify it rather than how can I really eliminate some of these problems going on in the community for real. So I just like went all in. I started looking at problems as far as our youth not having resources, not having support, whether the young daughters not having the men in the house to really be that big brother for them or that father for them, whether it's the sons not having the fathers in the house to be that man to step up and provide necessary tools in their life so they won't fail to the system, and the violence, the homelessness that's going on that people just look past every day-to-day life, that they just look at it as the norm. And like, yeah, it is a system that America set, but how can we eliminate some of these systems or at least create new systems within these systems that's broken for real to help out our community? So it was just our motivation at that point, like just hearing how much negative Baltimore had, and just knowing I was from the city, and just knowing like the story and the life that I came about, and the parents that raised me, and the experience that I went through. It's time to make a difference. It's like it's time to step up in the community, and homelessness. Experienced it with my family, experienced it with friends through high school. It's something that's serious, and it's not only start like with the support. It could be mental health. It could be just life things going on. So it's just like people deserve second chances in life. So I just wanted to get at that for real and just start this community project to help feed others for real. That was the first project. It was just to help support others. We was, down 83. We were supplying hot meals like hamburgers and hot dogs, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, chips, waters, and sodas for real. And we was just down there vibing with them, telling them, we just college students just wanting to help out and just give back in our community and just make a positive difference and impact. So that's how it started for real, bro. And from that point on, it's been God, just walking in God testimony, bro. Just
I love that. I love that. And I think you took, like I said, taking that leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? It was already
yeah,
done. You know what I
yes sir,
mean?
yeah,
So just understanding that. And I think, when you do that, it's difficult, right? Because you're like, okay, well, how am I going to feed my baby? Like, what
yeah,
you mean? Like, huh?
yeah,
But when you start doing that and you start implementing it, people will take you serious when you take yourself serious. So when people started seeing you consistently do it, they're like, oh, all right. Like,
yeah.
it's serious.
I like how you said consistent. Once they saw me consistently do it, because
Yeah,
you know how it is. At
for
first
sure.
people won't believe you, especially when especially if like I'm feeding the homeless and I'm putting it online. People gonna think I'm doing that I'm trying to do it for an image. So I'm doing
Right.
it, yeah. So it's like you're not really doing it genuine, but I'm really telling people I'm doing it genuine out the pockets. I'm not looking to make this anything or not. Well, I was looking to make it just a project.
Right.
I'm in school at the time. I'm only doing this through my college break because I'm living in West Virginia in my apartment. So I'm only doing this through spring break, winter breaks, and whenever I had a free time to go out and go back home, take that 3 hour drive home back to Baltimore to see my family and host a community. Or whenever I had money, because there was times where we did these events and my accounts negative $200, and my parents like me scorching that. My dad scorching that because we shared accounts at the time. You're like, man, how you gonna be self sustainable yourself? You trying to take care of others. So it was like you said. I had to make myself believe first, and at all aspects, not just for the community to support, but even for myself to support as well, and make sure that if I really wanted to genuinely help out, I had to make sure myself is fine to help others. Because if I can't pour into others if I don't have nothing to pour
That's a
from.
bar.
You feel me?
That's a
So
bar. Nah, literally.
so I just had to make sure, like, even still to this day, I'm still like feeding my mental health, making sure that I'm set. I'm only 24 years old, second year in a nonprofit. I'm still trying to get my life together for real as well as a young man, so it's just a balance for real. You just gotta keep. It's just a balance you gotta keep for real.
Nah, and like I said, you helping me a lot because, like I said, for me, I'm 32. Now, I mean,
Okay.
so it's like I know for a fact, like, you know, being in the mid 30s, going to that is just like, okay, what you doing? But you have to maintain, your mental, your spiritual, your social, your emotional,
Especially
your
us
finance,
as men.
everything. Yeah, because like I said, we don't have safe spaces where we're like, okay, is this or okay, is that? We'd be like,
Right.
man, how's your day good? Oh yeah, I'm good.
And just
That's
go
what we
about
always
your
hear.
day. Right.
But then we went through so much inside that we're not even feeling so comfortable to sit there and share that. But we could tell you the score of the game. We could tell you what the girl looked like. We could tell you where we went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hanging out. We got to normalize the mental health part.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're doing this work and it's selfless. That's what we have to really think about. It's selfless. So we can't feed our pride and our ego. So I've been telling myself, like, lately, like the top of the year, I sat there and said, you add value, you subtract your pride and your ego, you multiply your effort, and that's how you're going to be successful. And that really resonated with me. I had to write that down literally and told myself, like, that's a formula that I would share with everybody because that's what we have to do.
Repeat it one more time.
You have to add value, subtract your pride and your ego, and multiply your effort. And that's how you're going to be successful. You know what I mean? Because everybody's success is going to look different.
Right.
But I think
Facts.
for us as men, the pride and the ego is heavy.
Be the biggest, yeah.
It's the biggest.
Especially when people be out there in the community. Like, I be having a lot of women volunteers and women support rather than the guys and men. And they always be like, why? Like, you think I'd be flirting with a girl or something, but it just be like, nah, men, pride and ego of actually taking that step. Bro, I'm going to take 1-2 hours out my 24-hour day to go outside in the community and help my community. That's all it takes is time.
Yeah, all it takes is time. And that's what they need to, and like I said, vice versa. I be in the spaces and that's what I see.
Yeah.
I see majority women, right? And there's no knock to that, but
Not at all.
salute
Salute
to the women.
Most
But
definitely.
we've seen that a lot, and I know there's a lot of men that want to go ahead and do that. So I think that for us, man, like that chip on the shoulder is a little bit bigger, but it's like I'm rooting for you because I see that. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I see what you're trying to do, and we got to normalize this. So like, yeah, fellas, we got to get more active. We got to get
and
more
be
active.
more
with it.
supportive towards each other because it's enough for everybody.
Yes, it is.
It don't stop printing. The money's been printed every day, and it's so much knowledge that can be obtained out here to further yourself as a man. It's like it's out here to get. Just go get it. So I tell my little cousin all the time, bro, educate yourself. Like, ain't nothing more dangerous than than an educated black man out here.
That mental for sure.
Like, you gotta educate yourself. That's the only way. Like, you gonna be sharp.
Right.
Like it's not about the materialistic. It's not about the money. It's not about none of that. It's about like just being educated and aware. You have to be aware. Like, you have to know what's going on. You may not be aware all the time, but if you could take accountability and really be aware that you ain't aware of the situation at the moment, then you'll be fine. Because it's all a learning process. That's what life is about. It's a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So
Right.
you just have to trust God's journey and stay focused.
For sure. And like I said, like even with the podcast itself, the reason why I created it is because when I'm looking at the news, I seen all negative stuff. I ain't seen nothing positive. So I'm like,
Trust.
okay, let me go ahead and shine light on positive people, positive stories, step out there and share my story. And hopefully that inspire the next person.
Yes,
and
sir.
God is like, all right, I don't even know how many episodes I have, but that's how I know I'm walking in purpose because God is like, this is what, you're supposed to be doing.
Like you
and
said, the consistency.
and being consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? Year after year after year, or event after event after event. And sometimes, I'm telling myself now, like, celebrate everything. Like,
Got
whether
to.
it be big, whether it be small, celebrate
Mm-hmm.
everything and give yourself the just due the credit. Because everybody ain't had your idea. Everybody wasn't on that call. Everybody ain't make that move that you made. So you got to really take pride and ownership of that.
And the consistency that we have for real, you feel me, in the community and wanting to help others and being that selfless for real. Like sometimes we really do just be constantly moving, working, thinking about others, thinking about the kids, thinking about the programs, thinking about the events, thinking about the homeless, and it's like, damn, I just need to take that step back for myself.
Right.
Or maybe, damn, we did that. How many events? We just said how much food? How many people we help give resource? Man, give myself a pat on the back for that. Like we you feel me? Like
Yeah.
give ourselves flowers for real.
Yeah, we do.
And stop looking at the next person to do so. God giving you flowers.
Right.
Be grateful for that.
Yeah.
So it's like that's definitely important, man. Definitely. I felt times where I was overworking myself and not really giving myself that grace. Or I always, people will tell you, like people that's really close to me, like I really overwork myself a lot because that's how I was raised, for one. Like my father was on me about that. Like, and for two, I'm just hungry right now. I feel like people don't really genuinely understand my passion and what I be saying about how hungry I am right now in life, especially with the economics and everything that's going on in the world. It's like changes being made every day, real life situations going on every day. So you just want to be full aware and really make the proper moves come future for real, because it's getting serious out here.
Oh, nah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. That's why the education is important.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to educate ourselves.
Exactly.
And like I said there and said, like, you can get that, for the youngins out there, of course, school, your teachers and everything like that. But you got so many other ways that you can educate yourself. They have so many, podcasts and different
then
ways
apply
you can learn stuff.
and
And
then
apply that information. That's the biggest thing. Like, we're in the information age, but, like, take some information, whatever gems, and apply that to your life. I cannot tell you how many books I've read or just journaling or just hearing from others. Like, I'm a natural learner. So I'll be feeling like at times, okay, well, yeah, he good. Oh, he did. No, I'm always still wanting to learn. So I do overexert myself and I do overwork. Some people be like, bro, you don't chill. You don't get no sleep. What's wrong with Jay? I'm like, no, I get sleep. But I look at it to a point sometimes it's like, what are we celebrating? We ain't done yet. We just scratched the surface. We just got started.
real talk.
I can sit there and work and then kick my feet up later. But then I realize, okay, well, God gonna tell you to rest. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's already equipped you with everything.
Right.
It's just more so like the volume you want to move at and he wants you to move at, just be mindful of that. So I think in the work too, be mindful of the mental capacity. Be mindful of your physical too. Because I'm saying we do overexert and push ourselves to the limit.
Yeah.
Where we feel like, okay, well, if ain't nobody gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But it's like, yo,
I
I didn't call you to do that. And sometimes God has told me like, yeah, you know what, you weren't supposed to do that, but I get you though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just sharing
That's
that
facts.
with you because it's like, it's a lot, with the community work in so many neighborhoods you probably want to touch, so many people you want to reach, intentionality. So I'm praying and hoping that the right people are attracted to God's work for you, because that's the biggest thing that's going to be able to take that weight off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You're passionate about it. I believe that the people that should be surrounded by your projects and what you're trying to accomplish for your community locally, and then it being global, because I see it being global.
Trust, bro.
I want that to be the reciprocated energy that you put in. You know what I mean? To the
Facts.
point where you could just be like, all right, bet. I orchestrated this event. I don't got to sit there and burn
Even
100
be
miles.
there no more.
Yeah, burn 100 miles on the car,
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z like that, or everything is already in place. You know what I'm saying? Because of how you already orchestrated it. So, for sure.
And knowing that the community trusts the people that's going out there and providing the resources is going to be the same thing. It's just different faces. They still going to represent the Baltimore Homeless Project, and they still going to help out in the community the same way Wanye would. So definitely, that's why I want to get the kids more involved for real. I want them to really understand that life is serious for one. Be grateful. A lot of us take life for granted. Such as myself. I feel like when I was young, I took life for granted, not knowing the importance of the two parents, everything, man. Like, really, like, I got close friends, you feel me, that didn't have fathers, that call that dad my dad for real. Like, and just not having like really having that man support for real, like this really instilling that to him at an early age, knowing like certain things such as that could lead to being out here in the community homeless for real, because you just didn't have that support, or you couldn't mentally handle it, and now your mental space is not right as a child and it never got addressed. So now you getting older and it's harder for you to even talk and this and that because your mental is not in the same space as it was before. Like I experienced that, bro. Like, you feel me? I really had talks with people in the community for real. I don't just go out here. We don't just host events. I do stuff on the side all the time that I don't even post on the media. None of that for real. Like,
Right.
where I just like to see how the community think. The community helped me out hearing somebody else's story. Helped me out for real with my mental. Like you said, you're like, I think I got it hard in life right now. Until I hear somebody else's story, and I be like, dang, I ain't got nothing on his story. Like his
Yeah.
story way hard. Like
Yeah.
OG got it hard for real. Like, and it just make you grateful in that moment, right then and
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
Bringing back to that grateful word, it just make you just be grateful for your process. Like, be grateful for the journey, bro, and just learn as much as you can and pay it forward. Pass it on to the next person, bro. Don't just hold it in, bro. Just pay it forward, bro. Just pass it along to the next person for real. And that's a help at that too. That's a
Yeah.
help as well.
And I love how you sat there and said that, because I think sometimes we'll receive information, but we be too prideful to share it, right? But in order for us to generate the wealth or generate anything that we're trying to do, whatever the idea is sharing that information. It's putting that person in a position. It's understanding that, like I said, we've been around like-minded individuals, met different people. We linked up 2023. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I've been seeing you grind, and
Sense, vice
find
versa. Yeah.
find ways to network and get yourself in the room, but not only getting yourself in the room, knowing what to do in the room. You know what I'm saying? So how big is community for you as you're like learning the space with your nonprofit, your organization, and everything like that, and other people that you've been able to meet so far?
Um, my community really means everything to me. Like I tell people all the time, the community is what shapes the Baltimore Homeless Project. From the community on the streets of Baltimore that we service to the community that I network with outside of doing the community events. Everybody play a part. We didn't we didn't grown a lot of community partners this past year that provided additional resources at our Lunch on Us event, such as like manicure kits. Shout out to Shine, such as barbers. We having like 3-4 barbers pull up. JoJo, Mara, Cannon, they all pulling up, providing free haircuts. We having more of the mayor's office of homeless service providing resources. So we passing them out, making sure that people know where these shelters, these emergency shelters, especially during the cold red time. And the community support, just like last Sunday, we was out there and we was passing out food, we was passing out hygiene kits, clothes, we had some shoes to give away as well. And I was just explaining to him, like, talking to the community, had them all rallied up, and I was just telling them, like, hey, they're like, oh yeah, there y'all go, because they really know I've been in a community, especially in that specific area, downtown Baltimore, for over 4 years now, providing resources, because that's like a real big attraction for the homeless population down Baltimore. That go typically towards downtown, and if they downtown, they'll be attracted towards the church that we always be at St. Vincent de Paul, or right across from the Shot Tower for real. So they familiar with us, and they was very happy to see us. But I just wanted to inform them that I definitely miss them a lot. If I could, I would be out there like every week, every day with them for real. But we in grind mode right now, trying to fundraise so we can really because I'm learning about nonprofit as well for real. That's why I'm grateful, as you said, how big is the community to me is very big. That's why I say like the whole Baltimore Homeless Project is running off the community, because I'm using my community to learn and grow the Baltimore Homeless Project to help better for the community. So it's just a learning and growing process, and I'm just being patient and just walking in God's journey for real, and just taking his tools that he put in my presence and working with he putting in my presence to the best of my ability and helping the community with that for real. So it's been a real big impact for real. The community has definitely stepped up, like you said before. I just had to make the community believe. So you feel me?
Right.
Like it wasn't like this before. You feel me? All right, people will look at all this right now, and me sitting in front of you, even with this, and get so inspired and motivated. But it wasn't like this for real. You know, like people they don't see that grind that we go through. You
Nah, they
feel me?
don't. Nah.
They just see this. They just see you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
all
yeah.
this. They like,
Yeah,
oh, all
lights,
right.
camera,
Yeah,
action, big
they
stage. It's all
they
right.
just think, oh, he just came with all this. Like, nah, it was a journey for
Yeah,
you
for
to
sure. It
get right
definitely
here.
was.
It was a
Yeah.
story. It was like this ain't no overnight. This ain't no overnight story.
Right.
It took years of grinding, learning. Like I don't look at nothing as losses. Like it ain't no losses in life. You just learning lessons. They the only 2 hours I take. You learning and it's a lesson. That's it. Like so it took a lot of learning for us to get to where we at right now and be able to even sit in front of each other right now to even do this podcast for real and for the help of our community they played a part in it.
Yeah,
So,
they definitely did, for sure, for
yeah.
sure. So, like, when you're navigating through all these spaces, man, like, what does self-care look like for you? Because I ain't gonna lie, I be struggling. Sometimes self-care is hard for me.
It's hard for me too, bro.
yeah.
I'm still learning, but I give you some of my tips for real what I'm doing. Facial, I gotta go get another facial. That's a self care. Just having good friends for real, good female friends that really be on it. Cause females they be on it more than us for real.
Nah, they
like,
do.
They do.
Nah, no
like
cap. No cap. They do.
They
No
be on
cap.
their finances better than
Oh,
us.
yeah, facts.
They be on their self care is better than
Yeah,
us. Like
they making sure that they get the manis and the petties like every week. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, you just got that. What's
yeah,
wrong with you?
they want to take
I
care of
need to
this.
go back because it was a little feeling or I broke my nail, so I got to go right on back.
Yeah.
I got you.
They want to take care of that. So, they want to make sure that they feel that love for real. So, being around people that's going to really remind you, that's a good tip for real. Because sometimes I don't really be even caring about giving myself self-care or self-love. But then people be like, bro, they be telling me.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, give yourself that self-love. Give yourself that self-care for real. I'm like, all right, bet. So I go bowling. I love bowling for real. That was one of my hobbies, especially with being out West Virginia in college for real. I used to always bowl all the time for real. I ain't gonna lie, I used to bowl a lot. But just doing something you love to do, bro. One of my self cares is being in the community. I love being in the community. A lot of people don't know the community. In 2021, especially when I was really depressed for real and my mental health, a lot of things really was going on in my personal life. When I host community events, it'll be like a scapegoat for real. It'd be that'd be a real self-care for me. I'd just be getting away from my personal life in the world for real, and I'd be out here in the community just servicing and giving back and feeling good about doing so for real and seeing the smiles on the people's faces. So that was a self-care for me during the hardship times, just escaping from my reality and just doing something that I love to do for real. And my last self-care, just take care of yourself, just breathe. I had it's a lot of things that people don't know about the story for real, but I opened up even more because you said, sitting in front of you this it's like a therapy session in a way for real, you feel me? So I tell you about me going through my anxiety. I was diagnosed with anxiety in 2020. I had COVID twice for real, and I had real bad anxiety for real, in 2021 for real. So I would be very closed. I'm still closed for real. I really don't go out that much no more. I used to go out for real with my friends and all that. But that helped just breathing, bro. That's self-care, just breathing, stretching, going to the gym. During that time, I was going on walks heavily. They were trying to put me on medication, but myself and my mother, just advised this. Take care of yourself, you can beat that anxiety. When you feel like we're having anxiety attack, just breathe, just breathe, just take care of yourself, bro. Take care of your mental health for real. That's definitely one of the biggest self-care tips I can give you, bro.
Nah, for sure. And I'm glad that you sat there and spoke out on anxiety because Mr. Confident over here, I get anxiety too. So I understand what that's like. You be anxious or you be worried in a good way or you be worried in a bad way, but it's real. Sometimes they be like, bro, what are you so anxious for? And I know for me, I like to be on time. If I'm late, a minute late, my whole day be thrown off sometimes. But it's the anxiety or even how you respond. Because like I knew, like some people would be like, "What? You used to be angry? You used to be tripping? Yeah, I used to be a time ticking bomb at first. I used to be angry, but then I had to realize and just be real with yourself. Like, do you want to be a
Growth.
bottle of soda? Or do you want to be a bottle of water? You know what I mean? Like, which
Yeah.
one do you want to be? So anxiety is real. Like, just because you can be confident or feel like you have it all together, it's certain battles that you gotta, like you're gonna have to sit there and put extra work in. I tell people all the time, the light work is easy when the shadow work is done, but you gotta
Facts.
keep working in the shadows because, like I said, it's gonna reveal itself. You know what I'm saying? In due
Definitely.
time. Like if
Time.
you was really prepared for that event or prepared for whatever you said you was gonna do, you got to be able to put that work in because when that moment comes and that opportunity comes, it's for you to maximize that.
It's definitely gonna come, bro. Like you just said, time don't wait on nobody. So I always say one of my favorite things to say is only time and tell. Because a lot of people can tell you a lot of things, bro. A lot of different things that they doing, that they want to do, or this and that. But time will tell it all. Because as they telling you all that, time never stopping.
Facts. They keep
Time
going.
is gonna keep going, bro. It's gonna keep going, and it's gonna keep going even after this. So time will tell, like the plans that people have, the goals, the dreams, and how ambitious you are to achieve them things for real in life. And that's one of the reasons why I say I'm just hungry for real. But back on anxiety, like I just had an anxiety attack like a couple months ago, while almost for real while I was driving. Like I'm still learning like what would be bringing it up sometimes. Like I be overthinking a lot for real.
I'm with you on that. I overthink a lot too.
But sometimes I still don't know what be like even bringing my anxiety for real. Like so that's why I always say just breathe because that's one of the ways that do help me whenever it comes about for real. I just start breathing for real and just think positive. Or I call a close friend of mine that'll just get my mind off of it or at least try to for real. But yeah, though, mental health though, I'm a strong advocate for it. All them things such as anxiety and things all goes to your mental health.
That's dope.
So I'm a strong advocate for mental health and like I said, man, a lot of people ain't even know I was diagnosed with anxiety. Like I really like when COVID hit and all that and doing it, and I still was doing the Baltimore Homeless Project events through all that, bro.
Yeah, so
Like
it's like you carrying 100 pounds, but people wasn't knowing that you was carrying 100 pounds. Then you multiplied that, then it become 1,000. Know what I
yeah,
mean? So I get
that's
that
how I
because they
was for
looked at you
real.
like, yo, you the superhero, but like, no, I need a superhero for myself too.
It's like y'all the superhero.
Right.
People be always looking at me like it's because I'm the founder. I'm the one that sitting here right now talking about it, whatever. Like, bro, you the one for it. Like, no, but it's a
Yeah.
community project. It's a community
Yeah, it's
effort,
not just
bro.
me. It's
Yeah,
bigger than myself, and that's why I try to tell
exactly.
people too. It's like, yo, you may see the podcast, you may see, me organizing an event or collab with somebody, but like, this all of us, bro. At the end of the day,
Facts,
it's the
bro.
network.
You
I
feel?
mean,
I
that's
got a
what
little
it is.
cuz right there in the back. Like, I make sure you come with me during times like this for real, so you can just get that experience and that motivation for real, and just get that exposure for real to know like he can do this, but he can be even better. Like you
Facts.
feel me? I always like you can be better than me. Like you feel me? You ain't gotta do what I do or none of that. You can just get exposed to this and take your own situation and apply it to such for real. But you can just learn and go as such for real and apply it.
For sure. So what's the motivation for the youngins? You know what I'm saying? Because I know you working with the youngins.
Yeah.
We work with them too. So like, what's your motivation for the youngins nowadays? Because a lot of things that they probably battling, trial and error, Instagram, TikTok, social media,
Facts.
all that stuff. So like, what would you tell the youngins right now?
My motivation to the youngins is to really stay true to yourself because there's a lot of followers out here. Always been followers since we was kids for real, but really stay true to yourself. If you ain't got that big brother in your life that can really point you into positive or point you in the right direction, go find one. And the negative that you hearing through these musics, through these videos, through the stuff that's going on, that don't have to be your life. You feel me? Or when you step outside and your man's telling you about an experience that he just did on a drill or this and that or whatever the case may be for real, you don't have to do that to feel accepted. Like, bro, I have friends that's in the streets. When I go around my friends that's in the streets, they know Wanye is a community person. I'm the most positive person in my clique. I don't have like be yourself. If
Right.
if you want to be great, be great. You don't have to fault, and I'm not all my friends are great. Not knocking it or none of that for real. You feel me or none of that, but be yourself. A lot of people try to fall victim to the system. For what? You don't have, especially for the ones who don't have to, that have the support and the opportunities around them. Why are you trying to make your life harder? People don't, little kids, the youngins out here really think that life is a joke, and they want to be crash outs, and they just want to end their life. There's a lot of crash outs nowadays for real, but it's like, for what? Be something. Your mother ain't make you for no reason. Like, make your mama proud. Like, make your father proud. Like, make your family, make yourself proud. Stand for something. Like, people get so fascinated by, like you said, the Instagram, the TikTok, looking good, wanting to be in jewelry, designer, and this and that. Is your mental health designered up? Is your mental health jewelried up? Did you put them pearls on your mental health, on your brains, to make sure that you can really be something in life before you actually put it on your body? Like, you can look good, you can have $100 million, but be broken, bro, and not really be motivated in life, even with the money you have. Like, so just stay true to yourself and don't get fascinated by the materialistic stuff out here, the items. Life bigger than that.
For sure.
Like, life is way bigger than that, you know? If you have an opportunity to help someone at a young age, do it. You see that lady struggling, that older lady, that elder lady, for the youngins, help her. Why you feel like you can't help her? You're a man. Be a man in the community. Not just in a house, especially be a man in your house for sure. But be a man in the community as well. If you got the opportunity to help. Like, it's not just about helping the homeless. It's about helping people, period. Spread love. Like, it's too much negative out here, bro. It's just too much negative out here. Like, I used to be a negative person. You feel me? I had to learn. I'm not no hypocrite. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was negative. Never negative. So I can't relate to them youngins for real that's doing this negative stuff out here. I used to be negative as well for real, but not to the degree as them. And I learned. Like, you gotta learn, and sometimes these youngins just gonna have to go through their experiences to learn.
Facts.
And that's just the reality of life. Cause I could sit here all day and preach, like, you feel me. But youngins gonna have to go through that experience to really learn. Life is no joke, and we only get one. Once your life is up, it's gone. Like, all these youngins done burying their friends right now, bro. I done lost so many friends after high school. I done lost the most friends between 18 years old and 20 years old, bro. I probably done lost over like 10 friends them 2 years, combined, bro. Like, life ain't no joke, bro. So it's like, we only get one, bro. And spread love, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, it'd be a shame. Like, I be talking to some of my friends now that's incarcerated. That's through the jail. I'm sending money through jail and this and that. Like, yeah, it's quote unquote sound good, bro. That stuff, bro. I don't want my mans and them in that situation. I want better. People be having kids out here. Mans and them got children, all that, bro. Like, feel me? Like, he can't do no good being behind the wall, or brother can't do no good being 6 feet dead. Be something, bro. We only get one life, bro. So
sure.
that's my advice to the youngins, and I love them. And if the youngins ever need somebody to talk to, they can hit Juan Ye up on the Baltimore Homeless Project on my personal. Like, I'm here to help for real, especially in the Baltimore community with the youngins that's running wild out there from east to west, to south to north. Like, we need better in our community. There's too many crash outs. There's too many people that's not really being a leader. And you ain't got to be a leader, go out here and be in the community and do what I do. You can just be a leader, being on the football field, being on the basketball field, being a stand-up guy in your classroom. You feel me?
Right.
Just being respectful for real. Like, the respect level has gone down as these generations, more and more generations, been created.
For sure.
And even sometimes the old heads, like, are still in the wrong things into them for real.
No, for
So
sure.
that message is for the youngins and the old heads.
Nah, for sure. He try to hit both. I like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going to say, I mean, you know, for me, I'm going to just sit there and say, you know, like, the streets ain't for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, with the youngins, like, there's so many other opportunities. You don't have to go in the streets because, like I said, there's only 3 places you're going to be. You know what I mean? And
Fact.
like I said, you don't want to be in those places at all. You running in the streets, you discounting yourself every day. You know what I'm saying? You in this, if you on the sidewalks and finding other options, you multiply your effort, your energy, and all that to different things. You know what I'm saying? And we understand like with the music they listen to and the things like that, like just realize how influential you are as a person. Because once you start moving, you really don't know who you connected to. And I can say that for me, being transparent, like being a positive friend or, seeing negativity. Like I went to, you know what I'm saying, my graduating class was supposed to have 950 high school kids. It was only 550 of us that graduated. That means 400 people ain't do the right thing.
About like 40% for real.
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? That's a high percentage. But I say that to say, like, understand the influence that you have. Realize that you are dope, that you are vibe, you're amazing, and you could do anything as long as you put your mind to it. And then once you build the community, all those people that are for you, you're going to know. God going to reveal that to you.
Fact.
And just stay down and stay humble, man.
Facts.
That's what I say, man. I'm proud of you, bro. I know that this is hard work to do. Just keep doing what you're doing, because I ain't gonna lie. You said it felt like therapy. This therapy. This is my therapy. Literally, this be my therapy. To really just have these conversations, to unwind in all aspects, man. So keep doing what you do, man. I'm proud of you. I salute you, and I know the best is yet to come for you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. You as well, bro. Out there in the PG community, man. My man's Jay been making but even before I met you, bro, but been making an impact in the community, bro, and just knowing how serious it is, bro, to really pay it forward, bro, and pass it on, bro. Like, you demonstrate it every day, the consistency that you wake up to make sure you put a message out to our community, to make sure that the message is heard is not only for you, but it's for others as well, to make sure that they feel the love, they feel the energy. You feel me? You wake up with energy. You know what I mean? How many people wake up with energy, though? Like, really ready to conquer the day. Really ready to give my 110% for the day.
Facts, you're
so
right.
you feel me? I really salute you big on that, bro, and I salute you big on what you do for the kids and the community for real, because it just go to show that it's not about just sitting here talking about one another for real. It's something about bigger than us for real. But this was a good one-on-one sit down so we could just talk about each other and talk about giving a motivation to the youngins, and just hoping that the youngins could take something from this for real and apply it into their life and apply it into their community for real, because you're a stand-up guy, bro, and we need more guys out here in the community for real that just gonna pay it forward for real and not just hold it in for real. So definitely appreciate the opportunity for real. This one of the best podcasts I've been on for real. You feel me?
I appreciate that, man. That's love,
for
man.
real, man. A lot of questions, man. I definitely just want to motivate the youngins. You know, the youngins, they definitely. That's why I don't have any trip about me wearing my ski or none of that.
Nah, man, because I know
You
how I
feel
be.
me?
You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
You can have this image.
Yeah, you can.
And be positive.
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
have this image and be respectful. You can
For sure.
have this image and have your street friends, your cool friends, your business friends, your this, your that. You just gotta be yourself through all that, bro. So that's something I'm just trying to show the youngins, bro. Just be yourself through it all, bro. Like, it don't matter what room I'm in, I'm gonna be myself, bro. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna be myself to the best of my ability, bro. And if the people in that room accept me, they accept me. If they don't, oh well. You not every room is not for you.
Facts.
That's what a lot of people don't realize, man. Every room is not for you. So definitely grateful, man, to be here sitting with you and to get my spill today on grind hard, dream big, man. Because that's what it's about. You gotta grind hard.
You gotta dream big.
You gotta dream big.
For sure,
like,
man.
And like you said earlier, it's no impossibles out here, bro. Whatever you want in life, you can obtain it. Grind hard and dream big.
For sure. So with that being said, y'all already know, the harder you grind, the bigger you dream.
The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. Trust.
I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream, and we out.
Yes.
That was fire.
Appreciate it, bro.
For sure, bro. Yeah.